back again with the stuff we need this time. So, oiling system, got a fitting that goes straight to this pipe feed. So, and then I've got line hose that'll go there to there, there to there, and back. I'm gonna cut that off, line back to the top. Got some V-bands for the 2 1/4 inch intercooler piping that'll go from the turbo all the way to the engine. Of course, yes, I have the 2 1/4 pipe and a 3 inch for the dump pipe. Yes, that's a bit much, considering I'm only supposed to be going. But that's what this will do. 180 and a 90 just to put it up. And I thought I might need a little bit of straight, but I guess the minimum was 3 meters. Oh, got a T3 gasket because it was sounding like a tractor before when it was leaking. And a little gasket I found for that one there. And bolts as well, because they were not the right bolts. A wastegate pile. It just came on a manifold I had laying around, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to mount that somewhere. I'll probably have to chop off a bit of the manifold it was on so that it'll actually work, but that's gonna be interesting considering the space I have. But yeah, let's not lose that. But yeah, okay, so that's the game plan. Basically, I want to get the dump done and the oiling done at least, and then I don't know, find a game plan of how to route that to the front, because that's going to be interesting, especially with the actual exhaust in the way. So yeah, alright, I'm going to start by swapping out the gaskets on that flange and the turbo, and I might try and actually find some proper bolts for it so it's properly sealed. So let's start with that. Alright, put the gaskets on. So that should seal up better, but I don't really have proper bolts for these, so I doubt it'll seal that well. But anyway, I'm giving this place blowout so it doesn't suck a bunch of dirt into the intake. So let's start. I want to start on the dump. So it's not going to start with a 180. So I've got 3 inch V-band at the back of the turbo, so that'll go to that, and then we'll stick that, something like that. Yeah. Nice if that stayed there. Oh, it almost will. Yes. And then 90. Okay, well that did not work. But yeah, 90 like that, and just a little bit more, and just have it shoot right out the boot. That's how I want it. So that's actually a pretty good well, I thought that'd be too long, but that might actually work pretty well. I might even make a mount over there on the dump just for more stability. Thought that would be too long, but that's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Because it needs to come back anyway. Or should I shorten it? Maybe I should shorten just this one here so that this one comes out further. I don't know. We'll do some thinking, some brain work. There's no brain work in this at all, but whatever. Right. V-band on the end of this. I've just smacked it on, and look at that. It fits literally perfectly over that. It just sits there. That is nice. It's just ready to go. Alright, let's do some welding. Let's chuck some boogers on it. How did I do? I wonder if there's going to be the holes in that. I feel like I probably could have turned the heat up a bit, because this is mild steel, so it's definitely thicker, and especially so is the V-band. But, and I definitely need to fix up my straight lines, but yeah, I don't know. That looks pretty welded to me. I'll give it a clean it up. I wonder if, I don't know how it seems. You know, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like all dirty like that. I feel like, I wonder if the gas is working. I don't know. We'll see. Cleaned it up a little bit. Looks alright. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, I'm going to place you down there. There. And I'm gonna get the van. Nut. Oop, no, I need that. And stick that on there. It's still hot, so that's why I'm wearing the glove. That just fits in there so nicely. It's hot. Man, V-bands are nice. Damn it. It's good to me. Well, a little bit off, that's alright. The welds will fix that. Alright, there we go. Pulled that all the way around, cleaned it up. Still not sure if I've got the right settings, because, I mean, it seems alright, but I don't know if I should, because I feel like I put it up, and it's just pushing too much out. But it's like, if you put it too down, it's like I'm just putting it on top. It's like, I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe I need to set some different things on this. I don't know, I didn't really look into it. But it's there, it's welded. So, the only thing is I don't have any hole saws to do this, but I'm gonna tighten everything down and I want to hear it, see what it's like now. Like, because this is how it's pretty well gonna be. I'm gonna do it a bit higher up so it sticks you out the boot, but yeah, I'm intrigued to see how it's gonna sound like this. Alright, sound test number 4, I guess. I don't think it's gonna sound that much different, but still, let's just put this up a bit. Oh yeah? See that dot? Alright, I'm gonna start by putting thread sealant on every thread thing that's going through this, especially since it's going to be high pressure. So a little bit of this, a little bit of goop. Let's just spread it around. It's kind of like thread tape, but better because it's liquid. I'm a little worried that this is going to be too much pressure, but I don't know. We'll find out at some point. Alright, more thread sealant on this one. More goop. Some lot of grinding, drilling, changing of parts. We got the oil system figured out. So, reservoir to the pump. That'll just vacuum the pump, so it'll be right. Got the fitting to the feed line in there. I've put some flange sealant on there. Hopefully that seals it, because I don't know if it will, because I don't have gaskets for it. I had to cut down these bolts to make them not go too long. They were really long. Same with these bolts down here. And then I had to drill out, bore out the rubber line to get it to fit onto this larger diameter piping, and then it goes back into there. And another thing I'm worried about is I've got it jacked up under here just to hold it up all the way as high as it can go, and it's not really, kind of goes down and has to come back up, which is not good. It needs to basically drain, like fall into the reservoir, so I'm a little worried about that, but I'm going to test it anyway. So I've got a positive and negative here. I'm going to fill that up with oil, and run it and just like power it up. I won't run the car while I'm doing it, but yeah, just to see what happens. So let's fill up with oil and prime it and see how much leaks out, I guess. Most inconvenient oil thing, camera. And I can't even actually see how much is in there. Cleaning his mess up. I still can't see how much is in there. Alright, that's full. Alright, so I somewhat got the pump wired up to a positive and ground over here. I'm still not quite 100% if that's off ignition or if that's just straight to the battery, or like constant, but I'll figure that out later. The battery has decided to run out of charge after running it for so long, but anyway, the whole oiling system is good. Just gotta mount it, so that'll be right. So I want to just, while I'm waiting for the battery to, well, my jump starter to charge, we're going to jump to the wastegate. I'm thinking something like this. So I've already got this little screamer pipe that I'm just going to reverse basically to go up to there. So you can see it's kind of course it's flat, so I'm going to need to do some ovaling or something. So I'm going to basically shape this around that first, and then I will basically, I'll try and drill a hole into that. A hole saw bit would be nice, but I'm probably just going to angle grind and then Dremel away kind of thing, and then I can have the screamer come out up to close to where the exhaust is. So let's start. I think that's a good position right there. Let's start by just giving this a bit of an oval shape. Let's start with that. Alright, I think I got a little ahead of myself. Did some notching. Well, I don't know how you call it with just the grinder, but it kind of messed up. I did the wrong angle. Oh my goodness. I meant to do it, well, basically that would work if it was like that way, but that's not the way I want it to go. Ah! Okay, I'm just gonna chop that flat, I guess. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Let's just chop it flat and then just do it again. What a stitch up. Right, notch that a bit more. And I've done it the right way this time, and that hugs it a lot nicer, a lot closer. A little bit of gap's fine. So now I need to trace around that, take the pipe off, and basically see where what I have to cut. That's gonna be a pain to do with just a grinder. Maybe I'll use some drill bits as well. That might help. But yeah, create an outline and just cut it. Go with that. Alright, there's my hole for it. Look, not bad for using a grinding disc as a, I don't know, hole saw. But anyway, that's going to go there like that. And so I'll just clean up both materials, tack it, see what it looks like, and then just weld it up, I guess. And then basically that'll be the wastegate plumbed in. Of course I'll have to make up a pipe to go up closer, but that doesn't need to be done just yet. At least that's like it's on there. So let's do that. Let's clean it up and weld it. Alright, that's the tacks. Alright, those tacks were not doing much. That's embarrassing. Alright, do it again. Well, I'm glad I checked, because that's just sitting right there. Okay, so I need to angle it more, clearly. Alright, let's smack those welds off and fix that. Alright, I'm not proud of this one. I don't really want to show it, but here we are. I had to actually add a piece into there that I'd laying around because it was just that big of a gap. But yeah, big gaps here, so I had to go chonky on it. And then yeah, that was just a pain to get into that spot, so kind of goobered it in a couple spots. Just get rid of. Nice. But yes, I don't know, it'll work. Well, hopefully. I'll fit it up and see what it's like. Alright, see, got it idling. It is pumping oil at the moment, I think, I hope. Is it? Yeah, it is. It doesn't look like it's blowing much, which is weird, but I can feel the vibration on it. I think. I'm not seeing much happen. I'm gonna have to confirm this. I'll go back to it, it sounds. Doesn't sound like a BMW anymore. Alright, I've got a bit of a game plan for the intercooler piping to come out the turbo. Basically, probably go like straight. Somehow, I didn't get any bends, which I should have gotten bends, but anyway, basically kick it out that way, then it'll come out to on the left side of the diff, which basically this other side of the exhaust does as well. Almost knocked down the gas bottle. Anyway, and then go up, kind of follow along with the exhaust. Let's get under there, and yeah, follow along, basically come up next to it like this, and then cross over under the exhaust, under the mount, and then go along the gearbox, and then up into the engine bay. So I'm going to start by taking off the filter here, because we will no longer be needing it here, and I'm going to try and basically twist this going that way. I'm going to try and clear up this area a bit more though, because it's a bit of a mess. While looking around here, finding my area, that's where it's going to come through, right up there. I've just noticed this big hole in the intake boot. So that makes sense as to why it wasn't idling with the MAF plugged in. So I guess I'm going to need a new boot. But just thinking, like, that's not going to work. I'm not just going to be able to twist it around considering it has that, so that's going to be interesting to figure out. Alright, so I think what I need to do here is basically not use this. Mishimoto, I believe, sells a same thing as this, except this is on the bottom, which would work well because then I can have it flipped. I've got the same thing, one of those Mishimoto things, on my purple car, but that's for it's like a 3-inch or something. It's for the B30, where that is too big for this. So basically I need like the B25 or I don't know, 2¼ inch intake elbow for that, for this. But then there should be I can angle that, shoot it straight down there, get some piping to go into the IAC. But other than that, pretty well done back here. I'm almost complete back here. I'm gonna get some silicone couplers to connect to this, and then to do like a 90, and then shoot it out through there. And I'll get some hole saw bits this time to tighten the proper thing. I'm thinking of putting a muffler on here because it's probably going to be still pretty loud. So I've got a muffler for that, like a little hot dog, and it'll just shoot up still. and I need some, whatever that is, I don't know, inch and a bit piping to go on that. I've got a flange I can cut off a manifold inside, and then I'll just try and get it up close to here. This doesn't really need to. I could even put it down there, but either way, I just need to do that. And I need some vacuum line from here to here, and I'll put the boost controller in between there. I should also find out the diameter of that and get a 90-degree elbow and put a pod filter there or something. But yeah, I think that'll wrap it up for today. I am cooked thoroughly, so I think that'll have to do. Hopefully finish it in the next video by doing the piping for this. So yeah, once I get some couples I can properly start on that. I've got an idea now, I've got a game plan. Just gotta get a couple more bits and put it together. All right, see you on the next one. All right, another day in the Thunderclappers shed. I'm in full ADHD mode right now. There's so many projects, so many little things happening right now, but I'm trying to focus on this right now. This is the parts shell that we got for basically for Stephen to put his manual stuff into this. But anyway, I'm keeping the shell as a backup because it's got a quite pretty nice body apart from that, but I'm keeping it as a backup. It's got a nice interior, everything's pretty well complete. Python. But Matthew has already pillaged parts from it. He took the control arms, so I've had to put these arms that I had laying around in, but they're actually like plus 60 or something, so I've had to put I gotta put extended tie rod ends in, rack ends in, which I've got here. Otherwise the wheels are just in like a lot, like as you can see, like that one's in and that one is also in, yet it's like straight. So I'll put them in, and I've got a spare engine sitting around that I'm not going to be touching for a while, so I'll slap that in and just get it out of the way, free up some space. So yeah, ADHD mode activated. Let's get this done. We have the extended rack ends in, so now the wheels are a lot straighter than they were, so it'll, I don't know, come off the trailer nicer, straighter, I guess. Find some rotors, even some calipers, and then slap them on, chuck some wheels on it, drop it on the ground, I guess. Oh no, put the engine in. Right. Here is the engine in question, Tub 28. Go for cheap because supposedly there's no compression. Now, apart from all the leaves and stuff, it's collected. The inside of the ports look fresh as, like you can see, like usually it's like burnt like oil, like dark brown, even goldy in there, but it's like pretty fresh, like that's bare metal, like you can, like it looks good in there. Even you can even see the valve stem seals, they look pretty good. So I've got a full loom, MS43 loom for this, and intake manifold, all that. So I will do a compression test on it, put some like some fluid, some oil down the cylinder holes, and then compression test it. So usually you'd need a gearbox and a flywheel to compression test something, because the starter bolts onto the gearbox to hold it there. I don't want to put on a whole gearbox, so I have this. I cut it off a blown up gearbox, and so that will bolt onto something like that, and just bolt on there, and then the starter can bolt on there, basically acting as a bracket, as a gearbox basically, without having the whole gearbox. Still need a flywheel, but we've got them laying around, so that's all right. So I'm going to do that and just basically try and make this engine as complete as possible before I put it into there, just as like a placeholder. I don't really want to dive into this right now if it does have zero compression, but I don't want to get rid of it, so I'll keep it around basically. But when this goes into storage as a backup shell, of course, this will just stay in it because I don't want to clutter up this place. So yeah, enough rambling, let's do something to this. Just give these a quick I just had to quickly unseize this engine. Had to chuck the breaker bar on the crank there. It just wasn't moving with the starter. But now that we have it not seized, I thought I was doing something wrong with this, but nah, it's fine. I know what I'm doing. All right, where's my starter trigger? Right here. Starter is hooked up to the battery. Hooked up positive. Hey. Oh, that's not good. All right, I did that wrong. Ah! So many sparks. This is going terrifically. Ah! Why aren't you working? Just move the... Why isn't the flower moving again? Okay, I'll be back. Alright, it was possible that these bolts that are definitely not for a flywheel were a little bit too long. So I've loosened them up a bit. I'm sure a loose bolt on a flywheel is fine, but it wants to move now. Nice and free, so for the 5th, 6th, 7th, I don't know what time, let's see if it... Oh, I left the...
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I left the breaker bar on. Well, it works. Oh my goodness.
That could have been really good.
That was scary. Okay. But, yes. Look at that! Alright.
It's a big drill.
Now, William, I need your help.
No, I don't want to be a part of this.
You're compression testing this.
Oh, so you can't?
Well, unless you want to trigger the starter, you can do that if you want. You get coolant on you.
Water. Because, you know, wash the thing.
Okay, so if you put that in there, that's cylinder 1, and you have to push down on it, but do it from over here where I am, so you don't block the gauge.
For the camera.
For the camera.
For the camera.
So basically just hold it down like that, because it's just a... Yeah, just don't block the screen. Okay, cylinder 1. Nothing. Tell me when it stops. Huh? That's compression. Okay, so you need to tell me when it stops till it goes up and until it stops going up, okay?
Yeah.
And make sure you're holding it down. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not holding it down enough, but what number is it going to?
At 130, I'd say. 120, 130.
That's getting to good compression. Because, like, so it'll go up and do big jumps, and then it'll start going slow and slow. And once it gets stopped at one bit,
So how hard do you push on camera?
so that it doesn't push out. But really, it's not very accurate since you're just pushing it down.
Yeah, you're supposed to
But
screw it in.
either
aren't
way,
you?
this is showing me that it's a good cylinder. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
You need to push down hard.
Bro, I'm pushing down hard. Drop the fucking engine, I'll push down hard.
Okay.
I'm pushing it against itself.
It needs to make sure. Either way, yeah, that's good compression. Okay, second one. I don't think that should be leaking out of.
I don't know if the camera saw that, but
Should be able to. Alright, let's go again. How much? Nothing?
70.
Yeah, okay, so that's probably valve seals because I could see it coming out of this.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yep, exactly.
70.
Yeah.
Alright. Same thing.
Nah, less. It's like 25.
I can see it coming out of there. Alright, next. That one's good.
Nah, just under 100.
Yeah, but it's leaking out of
Yeah.
the seal. Cool. Good oil pump then. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
Anyway.
So, I think that means valve stem seals because it's coming out of the intake ports.
Yeah.
Alright, the engine, I've just plopped in there. Literally just plopped it in, chucked the intake manifold on and lumen just hanging out there. I'll grab any other bits I will. I'll chuck it in the car. And take off the jack stands and load it up so I can get rid of it. Just send it, put it into storage or something. It'll be useful in the future, but I don't need it right now. I don't want to hang on to it. Probably just weld on some new frame rails, should be right. Maybe do a tube front end. Don't need that anyway. To lop them off. Yeah. Alright, let's get rid of it.
This, you want to hear this? Pure M42 power, baby. 3 cylinders out of 4. That's a pass. You need 50 cents to pass in high school. Oh, it sounds like a tractor. It runs like one.
Oh boy,
but you know
yeah.
what else it does? It skids like your mum. Let's go.
How did you mess that sticker placement up? Oh my goodness. I spent good money on those stickers. Alright, this is gonna go horribly. So
Mama ain't raised no bitch.
the little 3-cylinder M42 did it. A little bit violent. That's alright. Oh. It did it. Nice.